Hello, this is freundTech, and today I want to show you how to create 3D models for Minecraft in Blender. In case you don't know what Blender is a free and open source program for 3D animating and modeling, and I've written an add-on that allows you to use the program to create 3D models for Minecraft. So, if you already know how to use Blender, you don't have to watch this tutorial. Then you can just go to the link in the description that goes to the forum post. There's a short description on how to use the add-on, and here I will explain it in depth for people that don't know how to use Blender. So I will make the same model as last time when I showed you how to create the models manually. That's the pumpkin with the little stem on top stick out. So the first thing you have to do is install Blender. For this you have to go to blender.org and click on the download button. Then here you can select the operating system. I'm using Linux, but on Windows and Mac it should work exactly the same. On Windows there's an installer and the zip. You can choose whatever you like more. And I'm on Linux, so I will use the tarball.bz2. That's it works like a zip, it's just not a file format. The download can take between 2 and 5 minutes depending on your internet connection. I already downloaded it, so I don't have to do this now. After you download it, just open it with an archive manager. On Windows this could be for example 7-zip or WinRAR, and this will take a short time. I will just cut. Okay, it's opened now, and then just grab the folder and drag it wherever you want. I'm using my desktop for this tutorial, and this can also take a short time, so I will also cut this out. So it's extracted now. You can just close your archive manager and open the folder. By the way, in case you wonder what those two files are, that's just a template and my add-on. Download link for those are in the description, you will need them later. So, but for now, just open the folder and start Blender. Here it is. There. The first thing I'm going to do is turn on screencast keys so you can see what buttons I'm pressing. Here in the corner. So, then you have to go to File, User Preferences, Add-ons, Install from File, and select the Blender to Minecraft.py. Then search for Blender to Minecraft and check this box. In my case it's already checked cause I tried to record this tutorial earlier, so all the options are already set. And click Save User Settings. Go to System, uncheck MIP Maps and set anisotropic filtering to off. Click Save User Settings, and if you want to, on the interface you can select zoom to mouse position and rotate around selection and click Save User Settings. I think it's just easier to navigate if you have them checked. So, after you did this, go to File, Open, and open the template. And you will see that the view is split into 4 parts. Let me turn this on again. Like this. Here is the top view, here is front, and here is right, and here is just a 3D view. You can rotate by pressing down your middle mouse button and move the mouse. By turning on the mouse wheel you can zoom in and out, and by holding Control and scrolling you can go left and right, and Shift and scrolling is up and down. So before we start creating our model we have to do something else. Go to your file manager and go to your .minecraft folder, versions, the newest snapshot, and then open the jar with any archive manager. Create a new folder called unpacked. Let's just wait a second. There it is. And just grab the assets folder and move it into the unpacked folder. Now we have to create a blank resource pack. For this we will create a new folder and call it tutorial_2 in our resource packs folder. In my case it's in .minecraft_snapshot just because I use a different directory for the snapshots than for normal Minecraft. If you use the same directory for snapshots and normal Minecraft, it would be also only .minecraft. So open the tutorial2 folder and create a new document, call it pack.mcmeta. Then go to your text editor and open this file, .minecraft_snapshot resource packs tutorial2 pack.mcmeta, and in there write curly bracket, enter 1 2 3 4 times space pack and curly bracket 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 and then pack_format 1 and 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 description and write down the description, for example 3D for tutorial, and then 1 2 3 4 and close the curly bracket and close the curly bracket and save. Go back to your file manager, and if you want to you can also drag in an icon. In my case it's this. It has to be called pack.png and the size is 128 by 128. Now create a new folder called assets. That's the same folder as here in our unpacked folder. So we can open this and we will see that we have to create a new folder called Minecraft. Open it, and because we are creating models, we have to create a models folder. Open it, and create a new folder block, because we will create block models. You can also use this add-on for item models, it will work exactly the same, but for this tutorial I just want to show you blocks. So after you did this, if you go back to Minecraft, go to options, resource packs, you will see a new resource pack here, and if you select it, wait a second, it won't change anything, cause our resource pack is empty at the moment. So now we can go back to Blender and start modeling our cube. So press Shift A and select Mesh Cube and set the size to 0.5. Now it's as big as the grid floor you could see there before. So just grab the blue arrow and move it up until it's on top of the floor. It will automatically snap to every half pixel, so you don't have to be that exact, because you can only move it by half a pixel. If you want to move it more exact, just hold down Ctrl while moving it, but most of the time you won't need this. So now we got a cube. Let's split the view by moving the mouse here and just dragging to the side and select UV image editor, cause now we will apply some textures to this cube. So press tab to go into edit mode, select this face select, so you can select faces, and press A to deselect everything and A again to select everything. Now you can press U, unwrap, and you will get this orange square here. Now we have to open our texture, so click on open and navigate to .minecraft. Where is it? Versions for W 26C, unpacked, that's the folder you've created, assets, Minecraft textures, blocks, and just search for the pumpkin, cause we will do the pumpkin. Where is it? Pumpkin site. And if you go to texture view mode now, you will see that we got this. So let's also open the other textures. That's where is it? Pumpkin top and pumpkin face off. So first we have to define which texture should be used for particles when breaking the block. So let's quickly go to Minecraft. On a normal pumpkin, that's the face texture, but I will use the side texture cause I like it more. So select the side and call it pumpkin side dot particle. And now we got this, and let's just export it. Export to Minecraft. Go to your resource pack dot Minecraft underscore snapshot. Oh, mistyped that. Dot Minecraft underscore snapshot. Resource packs tutorial underscore 2 assets Minecraft models block, and call it pumpkin.json. By the way, if you want to find out how to call the model, go to your Explorer, go to Unpacked, Assets, Minecraft, Block States, and search for the block you want to change, pumpkin.json. Open it. Can take a second. Here it is. And you can see pumpkin got 4 different states. That's north, south, west, and east. And they all use the model pumpkin, only rotated on the y-axis. That's up, down by 180, 270, and 90 degrees. But they all use the model pumpkin, and that's where the name comes from. So close this again. Go back to Blender. We exported it now, right? So we can go to Minecraft, and by pressing F3 and S, reload the pack. And we got this. So at least we can see that it works now. Let's make a real model. So go back to Blender. The front side on a block is always north, and in this case north is where the green arrow is pointing to. So select this and then select the pumpkin face off, and you will notice that it's upside down, but we will fix this later. So select the top, and by pressing shift and right clicking, select the bottom also, and select the pumpkin top.png. Now we just have to rotate the textures. So select it, press R, and either rotate it like this, or just type in 180. Those textures are also upside down. It doesn't really matter, but I will rotate them anyways. Select R180. Okay. And this has to be rotated like this. And this like this. Right. If we now export, and go back to Minecraft, reload the pack, we got our normal pumpkin again. And now let's make it 3D. So go back to Blender. Make sure you're not in edit mode. So if you're in edit mode, press tab to get out of edit mode. You can see what mode you're in down here at the bottom. So edit mode, object mode. Press shift A, mesh, cube, and drag it up until it's on top, like this. Then go back to edit mode. Wait a second. By the way, if the cube appeared somewhere else instead of here, just delete it by pressing delete and OK, and press Shift C. This will move this 3D cursor here to the middle and then edit. Oh, not a cycle. Cube, move it up like this. Go to edit mode, select the top and just drag it down. So that's 0, half a pixel, 1 pixel. Then select this side, also drag it in right here. This side, oh, now I moved the 3D cursor. Let's reset it. Drag it right here. This side has to go right here. And this side has to go, wait a second, right here. So now you can see that the origin point, this is this point, isn't inside the object anymore. So press Ctrl Shift Alt C and select origin to geometry, and now it's right again. So go back to edit mode and select all the visible faces by shift right clicking. That's the top, front, left, right and back, and then press U, unwrap, and you will get something messed up like this. So press U again and select reset, and now it worked. So select the top, first rotate it right, like this, and then deactivate this magnet, otherwise it will snap to every second pixel for some reason, and activate UV snap to pixel. Then press S and just scale it down, and I think it's right already. So yeah, let's use the front side. Let me rotate it so it's easier to navigate. Scale, and just deselect everything by pressing A, then press B and just drag to select them, and press G to grab and move it right here. And that fits also. Now this side, scale it down again and select the top, G to grab and move it down, and that's rotated wrong. So press A to deselect everything, press A again, and then press R180, and now it's right. Now this face, scale it down, select those and grab right here. So, and that's also wrong. So what we have to do is grab it right here, select everything, rotate it by 90 degrees, and scale it down again, select everything and rotate it by 180, and now it's right. And for the other side, also scale it down and grab. So it's rotated wrong, so rotate it by 90, and now it works. So if we now export to Minecraft pumpkin.json and reload the pack by pressing F3 and S. Right, now we got this stem on the top. So let's go back to Blender and press Shift D to duplicate. I think it didn't work. Wait a second. Press Shift D to duplicate and press right click to cancel moving. Activate this magnet again and drag it up by 1 pixel, drag it to the side by 1 pixel and to this side by 1 pixel. Here we have to also unwrap the bottom side, so go to edit mode, select the bottom view, unwrap, select the top texture, scale it down and rotate it, and now it's right. So file, export to Minecraft, pumpkin.json, and reload, and it worked. If you want to, you could use GIMP to delete those black spots here, so it looks nicer. But I won't do this in this tutorial. I did it in the other tutorial where I did the models manually, and in this tutorial we have some other things to do. So if we place multiple of them next to each other, like this, and go to game mode 3 and fly in there, you can see that you can still see the walls, even though they are not visible from outside. This can cause a lot of lag if you got many of those models in your world. For example, I removed the feature that hides the walls from the normal quartz block, and I got like 3 FPS or even less. So let's fix this by going back to Blender. Wait a second, I think my audio is behind a bit. Let me quickly pause the recording. Okay, I think the audio is still behind about a second, so I'll have to fix this in the editing afterwards. Don't know what's the reason for that. So let's select the pumpkin site and call it pumpkin_site.particle.cullface. This will make it invisible if there's a block next to it. Do the same for the face. Cull face. And for the top, also call it cull face. So export again. Minecraft. Reload. And it's fixed, but there's another problem. Those walls are also missing, cause there's a block next to them, so they think they don't have to render. So we also have to fix that. Go to Blender. That's the top texture. Call it cull face colon up. Export again. Go to Minecraft. Reload. Now it worked, but there's another problem. If I quickly go to creative, if there's a block on top of a pumpkin, wait a second, yeah, the bottom will be invisible, cause it uses the same texture as the top, and I said if there's a block on top, then this texture should be invisible. At the moment there's no really good way around that, but I'm working on something that will be implemented in a later version. But for now, what you have to do is, wait a second. Go to the folder where you unpacked your Minecraft jar and just copy the unpacked folder and paste it again. Takes a bit. Okay. Go back to Blender and open. Up. Go to the copy assets Minecraft textures. Textures block. Pumpkin. Where's the pumpkin? Pumpkin top. And for the bottom, select our new pumpkin top and call it pumpkin top dot cull face. Yep. Export again. Go to Minecraft. Reload. Now it works. This texture is visible, and in in Spectator, all things that are not visible are also invisible if you're inside the block. So that worked. Now my add-on also supports rotation. So for example, I can select this, press R, set for the blue axis, and type in 45. At the moment, Minecraft only supports minus 22.5, 22.5, minus 45, and 45 degrees. So if you do anything else, the add-on will give you an error. Now we want to rotate this, but we want to rotate it around the same point as this. So we can press Shift S, cursor to select it. This will move our 3D cursor here to where this is. Wait a second, phone is ringing. Okay, I'm back. So this moved the 3D cursor to the position of this object. So now select this object, Control Shift Alt C, origin to 3D cursor. Now the origin point of this object is down there. So we can rotate, set, and it will rotate around this point. So 45. And export again. Go to Minecraft. Reload. And that's rotated. So that worked. Now there's just one feature I still want to show you. And that's if you go to export to Minecraft, you got some additional options here. You can turn on and off ambient occlusion, but for some reason this don't seems to work. You can check and uncheck include textures. This will include or exclude textures into the pack. If you don't include them, you can use other model files so that's a bit of more an advanced feature. If you uncheck this, the model will have no textures, so you can use another model file and tell it should use the model from this file and only add its own textures. That's useful if you, for example, something like wool, which uses all the same model but with different textures. And those options down here, those will manipulate the object in first person, third person. Oh, I have to fix this, that's a bug. This should be third person, and inventory. So for example, if I say first person should have a scale of let's make it 10, 10, 10, and rotated on the X by 180, and third person should be dot 5, dot 5, dot 5, and inventory should be moved on the y-axis, that's up by 2. If I now export it and reload the pack, go back to creative, you will see that in the inventory it's moved up. In first person you somehow can't see it because it's too big, and in third person it's really small. So that's mainly useful for items, or for example, I don't really hold this in hand, but it's just floating in front of my hand, so I could use the translate to move it near to my hand, so it will work then and look nice. So that's all features I wanted to show you. Hope you understood everything, and there are some more features that are more advanced, so have a look at the forum post. I will describe all of them there. Thanks for watching.